hello. Hi.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode. In the last one, the party went to the circus. Yay!
Except it wasn't that great.
No.
They got to watch a wonderful show where guests were transported onto the trapeze act and shown a deadly illusion while they were forced to balance over it.
They, you mean me?
Well, there was something I wanna clarify. It was a tripwire or trapeze. You're thinking of like
Trapeze.
I
Now,
thought trapeze is where you're hanging from ropes and swinging about.
I might mean tripwire then.
Tripwires, yeah.
Tightrope?
Anyway, guys, you're getting caught up on the details. I'm not done.
It was circuit step.
So,
Therefore, it must burn.
So, you all arrive at the inn, prepared for the next day of the circus. You see a note by Elnath suggesting that he has found a job and will be back by the morning, only he's not arrived back. And, all of you roll perception for me, if you can.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh dear.
not bad.
Okay.
So everybody about me has poor perception today.
Still
Yep.
waiting on one.
Everybody
I mean,
but
the
me
two-
and you.
I mean, the two wisdom characters. Okay.
Alright.
Well, actually, wait, no, you're not a wisdom character.
Guys. Okay. So, as you wander the town looking for Elnath, Flora and Jezebel, you and Corax, you all sense something is wrong, but you can't quite place it. Cicada and Ryu, you notice that there are more tieflings than yesterday. And you also, Cicada, you hear about the new hire to the circus tent.
Circus tent. Well, actually, I'm gonna go up to the person who said as such and ask, new hire for which circus?
The tiefling gives a smile and says, "Oh, you don't know? Both circuses are actually exactly the same."
What?
Clara's like, what?
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. We were given in two different options for two different shows.
And they're both the same show.
Then
It's
then
a business
what?
ploy.
Okay, thank you.
Have fun! Enjoy the circus! And the tiefling
And I go
wanders
back.
off.
Okay, I go back to the rest again. This is bad.
Oh.
The circus is sounding like more and more of a scam the more we learn about it.
I mean, to be fair, we are in a place full of tieflings.
Yeah, you would know all about that. You would know all about out scamming people, wouldn't you?
More tieflings than usual. Suspicious.
Now, dear, haven't scammed anybody. I've been very honest, to be honest.
You are fine.
Well,
Worried about Elnath.
Yes, and you have a point, Cicada. There does seem to be a few more tieflings than yesterday. Interesting.
I was like, I've been turning people into tieflings?
It just shrugs.
How do you turn someone into a tiefling?
That is the question, isn't it?
You wouldn't happen
We
that's
need-
you wouldn't happen to know the answer to that, would you?
Why would
we
I?
need
I'm
to
not
look
from
into
this place.
more.
No, but but you know more about tieflings than and the rest of us. Obviously.
Now, racist thing to say. Just saying, Foxy. Just because
Racist.
I am a fellow tiefling does not mean that we're all the same. Not only
Okay.
that, but I am not from this place, so I don't know any of these tieflings here. So obviously, I would not know.
Fair point.
Saying Kenkus only steal things.
Yes.
Which
So
is-
watch your words, Foxy.
Or get their own bodies stolen from them by eldritch entities.
Cicada hops. She does not appreciate that comment.
You're just digging your grave.
A voice
Oh.
echoes out from Cicada. Cicada, you hear a voice in your head. Would you like me to punish him?
Please don't. He's my friend, dang it.
No response then.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
Oh.
Tail in mouth.
Anyways, we should go see Circus and look for Elnate again.
If he is there. Would it be nice if he had just let his dear Foxy know where he was going, at least.
So you all head to the circus tents? Do you enter the one
Sure.
you did yesterday or the new one you haven't entered yet?
The other one was juggling, right?
The other one was like high wire axe.
Yeah, that was the one we saw the other day.
Yeah.
You don't know what their act is, you haven't been in there.
Go see the other act. See what's different.
Alright.
Sure.
So you all hop into the line and give in your tickets and move in to take your seat. As the lights are lit up, you realize it's exactly the same.
Okay, I'm gonna just get up and leave.
Only, let me finish. Let me finish, guys. You're all still sitting down, and the lights are brightening up as you see that there is indeed a trapeze act. However, there is someone on the trapeze that is currently juggling while they wait for the people to get to their seats. And you also notice, on the other side of the trapeze act, is Elnath.
Oh god.
There he is.
The hell is he doing here?
Again,
Alright.
the wires are 35 feet up. And
Alright.
the entire crowd is tieflings except for your friends. Except for you
Mhm.
guys.
Okay,
Strange.
so I'm going to get up to the top of the rafters here.
One of
If it's any higher.
there's not really. They're just wooden seats.
Doesn't look like I'll be
Anyway.
able to
I'm not done.
talk to him from here. Sorry.
I'm not done. You see the man, a different appearance from the one who was in the other building, but you do indeed see a man who. God damn it! 1 second. I'll just have to refresh. You see a man wearing a flowing cloak with fire draped around him. Like it's got fire patterns. And he's got black hair and a rather wide grin. I thank you all for coming to this performance. We continue our show from the previous day. For those of you new, welcome. And thank you for choosing to watch our show and not the show next door. I assure you our show is the better one. Above us, we have our lovely juggler and the elf of illusion who came in to this tent and accepted our kindly job offer. I'm sure many of you know the kind of job we offered. The crowd actually begins to chuckle at that. So, can I get a volunteer from the audience?
You know what? Cicada is going to raise her hand.
But they're actually asking this time?
Oh yes,
Hmm.
you, the lovely little bird. You will do quite nicely.
Oh
Here we
no.
go.
Alright. Right over here.
Alright. He gives you a warm smile and he says, now tell me, do you happen to know the elf above?
She looks up at him, trying to see if he does like a reaffirming nod or a shake of the head.
It is indeed Elnath, and he looks to be tied up.
But he's not shaking his head or nodding, is he?
He appears to be unconscious.
Oh. Yes?
Sorry, I should have mentioned that. He gives a smile at that, and then he places a hand on your head as he says, and this lovely lady, this lovely Kenku here, will be the first to join our ranks. The crowd gives a cheer.
Wait.
You
Join?
notice that the exit has now been blocked by some of the people.
I've made a terrible mistake.
Roll initiative.
Of course.
Remember to click on your tokens. Cicada, you feel weird. Also, you are immobilized.
Oh god, no.
You can still attack, but you can't move. Actually, no. Roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom, okay.
I should probably let you roll wisdom.
12.
Yeah, you're immobilized. You can still attack, but you can't move. And you feel
Now my legs.
really, really weird. So, everyone has rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ryu, I think you forgot to click your token.
Yeah,
Yes, I did.
at turn 17. And then we need to have the announcer finish. Okay.
That is not what I was hoping to see.
Are you in GM mode?
No. I was just referring to his initiative.
Yes, but his initiative is a whisper. You'd only see it in
Uh,
Still
GM
shows
mode.
up in the turn order.
It shows up in the turn
Oh,
order.
I see. Sorry, I was just...
Yeah. No, like,
Not to
exiting
say...
GM mode is always exiting. Don't worry, exiting GM mode is always the first thing I do when In Flames ends.
Not to say I was accusing you. It was just I hadn't set his attacks to be not whisper yet, so that's why it caught
Don't
me.
worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You get me. Okay. Now we pause the music. Sorry if I'm a bit slow. I'm a bit slow today for some reason. Okay. Jezebel. 25 feet above, you can see Elnath. And you can also see this acrobat who has leapt down off the wire and has landed there. Right by the only ladder up.
And where is Cicada and the guy up? Or are they just on the
No,
floor?
they're on the floor.
Okay.
Here,
Okay, yeah.
let me
I
move
can't.
them.
It's her.
Sorry?
Oh, now
Sorry?
I can.
Sorry, Corax? What's going on?
No, nothing.
Is there a
Just
ladder?
letting it
Is there a ladder on this side too?
No, there is only one ladder and that guy is now in front of it. Now, I've moved them off the wire so it should be easier to see they're on the ground now.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't like that he's touching Cicada. Nope.
How dare you touch my girlfriend?
Where so is that she touching what's mine? Cicada's already mine.
I mean, I ship it.
And I don't. There's all kinds of unhealthy implications with any ship involving Jezebel.
Wow, thanks.
I'm sorry, but you do kind of act like you see other people's possessions. You understand?
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Anyway, your turn, Jezebel.
Alright, I'm not very happy touching Cicada. I'm going to just scooch over here real quickly, and then I'm going to take a shot with my crossbow. Try to get him to let her go.
Alrighty. Take your shot. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. There we go. The announcer. Yeah, that'll hit. You deal 14 damage.
Yes, I kind of aim at his shoulder to touching her, and I'm like, you would be kind of let her go, please.
He just laughs at you.
Ew. Jezebel is frowning and glaring at the announcer now.
He turns his head towards the backstage area. Right up here. And he calls out, "You can come out now!" And you see a woman step out of the shadows.
Oh
Demons.
dear.
Demons!
So, the woman steps out, and she looks at you all and then says, "Huh, the maid is a little feisty tonight."
I'm sorry. What did you just call me?
Eat.
She is going to cast
Well, that certainly makes things crystal clear. Draws Harlequin.
And Thrall on Cicada.
I don't think Enthrall does what you think it does.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking. You're right. I was thinking of
Charm person.
Yeah, charm person. That's the one. Yeah, she's going to cast yeah, Scorching Ray at you. That's a 12, so that misses. But yeah, she's going to say, what can I say? I like my meat nice and cooked.
You gotta be kidding me.
Now, is that okay? When you say meat, are you being literal or are you metaphorical?
She licks her lips.
Does
Yeah,
it matter?
She's being
So,
literal.
do you think I'm bad, dear Foxy?
Anyway,
Am I this
guys,
bad?
guys,
Two things can be bad, Jezebel.
guys,
We'll talk about this later,
guys.
Jez.
You guys have got to let me talk when I'm trying to talk, guys.
Sorry.
I'm not done. This guy via the wire is going to hold an action. And the guy who has a hand on Cicada is going to keep the hand on Cicada. Cicada, I need you to make another wisdom save.
Oh boy.
Okay, just.
You fall unconscious.
Well, that spoils my plans.
Ryu,
This is bad. First thing he does, he goes, he says, calls out, "Oh, we'll talk about this later, Jezebel. Right now, let's just worry about our friends."
well, what are you gonna do?
With that, he runs up here. What's this guy? And wrong sheet. Wrong sheet. Okay. Now. What can I do?
You should have been thinking of this beforehand, you know.
Yes, I should have.
Alright, well,
Alright, actually,
1,
how
2, 3, 4,
I got
5,
Jeez.
7, 8,
30-foot radius, okay. 30-foot radius, okay. And that was
10, 11, 12,
Alright.
13, 18, 19, 20.
You can stop
Okay.
that. I know you're screwing with me now. All right, he's
I'm-
going to cast. I'm going to cast.
I wasn't screwing with you. I was just trying to tell you that you gotta hurry up because you're taking a while.
I know.
What are you going to
All right,
cast?
he's going to cast Crusader's Mantle.
Okay, cast it.
And it's not necessarily an attack. It's an area of effect debuff.
No, it's an area of effect buff.
Yeah, it buffs
I
your
think-
allies.
I only said debuff because it's worded in that in the whole. It affects the enemies, not necessarily the allies.
Okay, well, is that your turn?
And I'm not sure there's anything I can do for a bonus action.
Can you do War Priest, or does that only work if you attack with an action?
It only works if I use it only works if I do an attack action.
Alright, well, you've taken quite a bit on your turn, so I'm going to move on and consider that your turn. Alright?
That's fine.
Alright. So, the acrobat takes their held action to attack the first person that comes within 5 feet of them. In this case, it's you. So they're going to attack and they're going to miss. Alright, Korax.
Okay. This actually. Okay, so things are actually a lot simpler for me now. I'm going to start with the acrobat. Let me just quickly type in the Crusader's Mantle thing.
You also get the Crusader's Mantle.
Yeah, I'm typing. I'm like adding that to my sheet right now.
Alright.
Okay, so Harlequin, and I'm flanking, so this has advantage. I take it 11's not gonna hit.
Let me double check, but I don't think it will. Nope.
Well, good thing I get 2 attacks then. That's better.
Yay.
Alright, so that's
Smite.
plus 1d4, right?
Yeah.
Roll it for me.
No, I've already factored that in. So, and I'm gonna smite.
Okay.
So,
Well, before you do that, I gotta ask this. Smite can be applied after damage, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Before you do that, then he's already dead.
then okay, okay, actually, okay, that makes things a bit easier. And then I'm going to advance it, and for my bonus action, in that case, I will instead expend that spell slot, a slot on casting Sanctuary on myself.
All right.
Just give the bad guys a little as a bit more of an obstacle should they try to aim for me.
Alrighty. Flora.
So are we still using the box measurement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She is going get over here. She is going to cast some heroism. One on Ryu and one on Korax.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
I do believe so.
Alright.
No, want to use your bonus action?
I don't have something I can. Oh, right.
Yeah, you can.
Right, I forgot about that.
Mantle of Inspiration, dude. It's the main glamour bar thing.
I am going to give Seda some inspiration.
Even though I'm
That's
unconscious.
okay.
She's unconscious.
You can use it for saves.
Okay, so Cicada, roll me a wisdom save.
Just screaming. Internally
Alright.
screaming.
You are now conscious.
Ah!
You spent half your movement to get up?
Yeah, half movement to get up.
Alright.
And now she's mad.
So am I.
But, I have to make wisdom saves at the end of my turn, don't I?
Yep.
But you have
Okay.
He
inspiration
is,
from
because he is still touching you.
It's equal to your spellcasting
have to
modifier. Remind me, what is your spellcasting modifier?
mine.
Chlora's.
Charisma.
I believe it's a
Okay.
D8 at this level.
No, for heroism.
Oh, heroism.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
I believe it's +4.
It's
So
15.
attack bonus is...
It's 15.
That's the save DC.
That's the same DC.
Nope. Heroism relies on the modifier, not the DC. Just the stat.
Oh, so just the charisma stat, which would be 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Cicada. You still have to
Yeah.
make the saves on his turn because he's still touching you, but it is your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Do I have to make the save now again?
No.
Or at the end of my turn?
No, and on his turn.
Okay, on his turn.
And you have inspiration.
What would you like to do? You have your action and your bonus action and so on.
Okay, I'm going to cast Word of Radiance.
Alrighty, let me roll his dex save.
Con save.
Con save, sorry. The announcer. Con. That's a fail, so he takes 7 damage.
And with that... Yeah, okay. It doesn't push him away. I was thinking of something.
So, that your
is
turn?
Basically my turn. Yeah.
Alright, check your DMs, Cicada. Jezebel.
Yeah, I see it. Oh god. I'm starting to get a headache.
Great. So, since Cicada is there, I'm still figuring out the... Oh, wait, how far away am I? Sorry, I'm seeing how far away am I. Double check. Dang. Okay. I'm gonna just fire another crossbow at him.
Go for it.
And since Cicada is right next to him, do I get sneak attack or no?
Yes.
I'm not unconscious, so...
Yay, so okie dokie.
Eh.
You pierce him right through the head, and he falls to the ground.
I look very satisfied as I just give a smirk.
Eh.
It is now the Tormentor of Performer's turn. And it is going to cast Hex on Cicada.
My thing!
So you have been hexed. I'm going to make a note of it. So, you're hexed.
That is the bonus action.
You can still move. You can move now. And I need you to make... No, it's going to cast Scorching Ray again, and this time it'll cast it at Jezebel. And miss. And that will be its turn.
Scorching Ray fires 3 separate attacks, right?
No, I didn't. Oops. Let me roll 2 more times then. Okay, one of them hits and you take 8 fire damage, Jezebel.
Have,
But you're a
because you're a tiefling.
Yes.
I am, so what? That's 4?
You're resistant to fire, so it's half.
Okay. Ryu.
Alright, he is going to... He is going to rush up to... He's going to rush up here, and he is going to... He is... Alright, he's going to use Guiding Bolt on the Tormentor.
Go for it.
He's open. There.
And if it hits, they'll need to make a con save.
No, they won't.
Hex.
Oh, right, Hex.
So yes, that'll hit and deal 7 damage. And they make a con save, which they fail. Okay. So they
So I
take...
no longer
They take... 7... Corax.
All right. I've been looking up a couple things. Just let me check the range. Excellent. She's in range.
Also, she's in. I believe she's in range of Crusader's mantle. So
I cannot get to her on this turn, but I will also get to work on that. But I'm just striding towards her like, I thrust out a hand at her, I just thrust out a hand at her, open up palm, and crush it into a fist, and I cast Hold Person.
Alright, wisdom save.
Also, my spell save DC should be 14. I'm not sure why it still says 13.
Okay, well, they failed. They are now held in place.
I fucking hate the circus.
Flora.
this has been worse than clowns.
Let's see. Flora feels that there's been too little stuff going on. Let's see, all of those things are concentration. And why would I want to fire a gun with my puny hands? She is going to take her action to do a perception check.
Alright, what are you trying to perceive?
I'm trying to determine where additional foes may be.
Well, you do know that for some reason the crowd isn't attacking. They're cheering it on, as if this is all part of the show for them. Otherwise, you don't see anything.
I think there's probably more, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Seems like
We'll
too
kill all
few.
those clowns too.
And that is her turn, since no one's injured yet.
Cicada.
Actually, wait. Go ahead. She'll survive.
Cicada.
Okay. So, they want a show, huh? I wonder if they've ever seen a Kenku fly.
One of the tieflings calls out, I've seen a housefly!
Boo!
But Kenku normally do not fly. But Cicada has acquired a spell that allows her to do so. So she finally spreads her wing and rises upward over to Elnie.
You fly up, and you find him looking... No, actually, roll perception for me.
Okay. I'm not exactly up there just yet, because it's 35 feet in the air.
True.
60-foot flying distance, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
right.
you'd be able to make it.
Okay.
You notice that his skin is looking noticeably redder.
Oh god.
Alright, Jezebel.
Let me see. Can't quite get that far. I could dash, but I won't be able to do anything else. Wait. I'm gonna move up. I don't
It's
think I can
com-
reach that lady over there. I think that's all I could do right now. Oh, well, no. Okay, I can reach her.
Clara, it's combat. You can't really talk during combat. Except maybe, like, very quick conversation, but... Yeah, you can't have a full conversation during combat.
Yeah,
Just
I used to text because someone else is talking.
That's fine, just do bear that in mind. Continue,
Okay.
Jezebel.
Okay. One, I do smirk at the lady when she tried to use fire on me, and I'm just like, really? Do you not see what I am? And then I guess I'm just gonna fire my crossbow at her too, I suppose. Yeah, she's within range.
Poor unfortunate soul is being held.
Oh shit! Oh, okay, that's right.
Which
But
means
no-
actually, if you could dash up into melee a distance, you could do some. You could be much nastier to her.
I could, but I won't be
Probably-
able to.
She
Can I
definitely
reach
doesn't
her?
want it.
You can bonus action dash.
And then I'll be able
And
to.
she is being
to
held,
get...
so she can't opportunity attack you.
That's true. That's true. And then I do have my my rogue abilities. Well, why not? Just for the hell of it, because I can actually, if I dash, I can actually make it over to her.
Yes, come closer.
You
Can
can't
she
speak.
talk if she's being
You
held?
can't speak if she's paralyzed.
Fair enough, then she doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, now I don't want to after that, but what the hell? I'm just gonna do it. So I'm gonna dash up, and I'm going to. What do I want to hit her with? And we use Frostbane. It's the only really good one I have right now.
And you're within 5 feet, so it's a critical hit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
So-
auto crit.
So roll an extra 4d6 and an extra 1d4 and an extra 2d4 because you're in Crusader's Mantle right now.
Well, bam. Wait, okay.
Yeah,
in
roll-
order.
Roll an extra 4d6 and an
Just
extra
reroll
3d4.
the attack.
Okay.
If you reroll it a second time, it'll roll all that dice for you.
Except for the Crusader's
Okay.
Mantle.
Yeah, subtract 3 from the second one and an extra 2d4 because of Crusader's Mantle.
Plus 7, plus 7, plus 2, minus 3, plus 5. Alright. It is now the Tormentor of Performer's turn.
Okay, at the end of her turn, she can roll another Wisdom save to try and break free.
And she passed.
Okay, but that still wastes her turn.
Rhea.
Okay, he finally finishes closing the gap. And he's going to he is going to Okay, I guess I'll keep Crusader's Mantle up then. And he's going to She's just gonna attack with a short sword.
Okay.
Don't forget to add an extra 1d4.
Actually, did Jezebel's attack hit?
Yep.
Yes.
Did.
She's
Yeah.
still up.
Then one's for Jezebel, the other's for me.
I already rolled for that.
Yeah. Thorax.
Okay. Right here, is that a bit of wall or is that like curtains? Can I stand there?
It's curtains.
All right. In that case, I will flank her.
In fact, since you're able to see in there now, I can remove the fog. Let me just disable that. Done.
Oh, no giant monsters there. Okay.
You can see it's filled with cages.
Are those cages covered in blood?
Not blood, but there are like clothing and other such junk in them.
Are they spiky?
No, they're just cages.
Nah. All right. Hey, hey. Okay. Harlequin the First. 19.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that's 27 damage.
All right.
Harlequin the Second. No, that's all. I already baked that in. Rio, you don't need to roll for me.
Oh, okay, cool.
17.
That hits.
Okay.
Does he have advantage?
Yeah, because we're
Flanking.
flanking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another 17 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't believe I can do anything useful here as my bonus actions. What the hell? I'm gonna throw a smite on that.
All right.
So this will be a first level. Ignore the dueling style and radiant. That's another 15 radiant damage. That's a first level smite, by the way. Now that is my turn.
Yeah. Yeah. She's dead. You straight up vaporize her.
Like blade just goes through the back of her neck, out the mouth, and then there's just an explosion of holy light just coming out of all her orifices. No more clowns! And it just I whip the sword around and just cut the top of her head off.
The crowd seems
he
almost a
doing?
little disappointed.
Well, not like I really care if I disappoint other people.
Yeah, what? No, but here's the thing. Korax is much more aggressive right now than you guys have ever seen him. Whatever is affecting this audience, it might be getting to him too a bit.
So, Cicada, you bring El Knight down and you manage to wake him up. He seems rather just oblivious and he says, "Oh, what's wrong?"
We need to leave.
"Oh, well, very well."
Circus bad.
Cora sees that he's redder than usual. She's gonna try this. Even though it probably won't work.
Yeah, the orange tint to his skin doesn't go away.
Grandfather, are you all right?
Alright, yes, I feel fine. Why do you... Oh my god, I am very orange.
Jezebel looks thoughtful as her tail sways a little bit, and then she looks over to Crack. She goes, "You're all right."
The crowd begins to quietly leave, seeing the show is over.
It's over, folks. Go back home.
No more
Jezebel,
clowns. Please.
Jezebel raises an eyebrow at Korak. She goes, "You do know we didn't really kill a clown, right?"
Close enough. It's the circus.
This is more than a circus. This is looking like a cult initiation.
Indeed.
Cora,
Though it doesn't
Cicada
seem like
starts
very
checking.
many.
Cicada begins to check the top of her head.
Continue, Jezebel.
Oh. She just looks thoughtful and she says, "Well, I think we might as well probably get out of here because you've definitely triggered your corrects, and we need to see about the new tan that Elnie there is getting."
So, do you head to the inn or do you head directly out of town?
I say out of town.
Yeah, we're going out of town.
Alright, I'm gonna move you to a campsite. I'd say you probably traveled for a couple of hours before finally making camp. It's reaching roughly around sunset now. You camped a little early, but yeah.
So then, dear Cicada, no offense, dear, but circus, you've seen a circus now? Do you want to go back?
Disappointed.
Disappoint.
To be fair,
Why?
dear Cicada, that was definitely no normal circus. That is for sure. So, for now on, I would say just be a little cautious and maybe just go to one that's in a more better town.
Okay. I feel weird.
As you guys are making camp, you hear a giant rumble in the direction you had just come from. I need you all to roll perception for me.
Oh,
God.
great.
I'd say you're about here.
That's a nat 28.
About where?
One moment.
Anyone who rolls over a 15 notices...
That's everyone so far.
Yes. Which is why I'm just saying everyone who rolled... Okay, so all of you notice...
Actually, I was thinking that Clara might not be paying attention because she heard
Okay, fine.
Cicada say,
Okay, now, all of you, except Cicada, notice that just roughly, say, an hour away, an hour of walk, the land just dissolves into a thick, dark void. Of
Interesting.
nothingness.
Except me or except Flora?
Except
Clara, I
Clara.
think she meant Clara.
Clara's too busy, trying to see if she can fix your headache.
Looks like
The
we got out
headache
of
does
there.
not go away.
Looks like we got out of there just in time.
Are
Indeed.
you actually
This...
touching her head while you do this?
Yeah, because that's what hurts.
I feel bumped.
I feel bumps.
Yeah.
Cicada.
Are you
I
supposed
mean-
to have bumps on your head?
Flora, as you examine Cicada's head, you realize that she has grown horns. And since all of you were paying such close attention before, you notice that her tail has become more curved, as if the feathers are curling around to create a sphere. A cylinder, sorry.
Ooh.
You have horns. Did you have horns before?
Horns!
Isabel looks to Cicada and then back over to the emptiness now that was the place, and then she goes, "Huh, I think a cult was the least of the concerns."
Do we need to go back and kill the rest of the circus people?
Clara's like, so what happened? She looks at this and she's like, oh.
There's nothing there, dear corrects. At least I don't think so. And unless you want to be pulled in, it's best we stay away.
We need to know what that is.
Is there a way
first.
for us to, like, scout it or anything?
I don't know. Is there?
Clara is going to give her opinion. It could be possible that someone's patron might be holding a grudge against a certain town.
And they just
That's
and they
just
just
a
decide
guess.
and they decided on a whim to go ahead and let an entire place sink when they're not even in control of their cicada right now. I really thought it was somebody's Patreon.
Not to
Let me
mention,
check.
What did you say, Cicada?
Let me check.
Yeah, he
I'm
just
going-
replies no.
No?
Like, before you even sit down to meditate, you just hear no.
Oh,
I didn't
she
I
goes
didn't
back.
think
She goes back seconds later. She shakes her head no.
See,
I didn't think Atropus had that kind of. I didn't think Atropus would have that kind of power right now.
and to be fair, he doesn't have power unless it's the Black Sun, and he's in control of Cicada.
My point exactly.
So no, I highly doubt it was a Patreon. I'm pretty sure that place was gathering followers, but not for a cult.
Well, let's see if I. Well, I'm gonna pop a divine. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a divine sense. See if I can like figure out exactly what is the nature of that void.
So you travel an hour to get close to the void?
I will take one of the horses to get enough of it to get a better look. I'm not gonna get close enough to touch it.
Alright, so, you get closer to it, and as you get close, you begin to notice the unmistakable absence of anything. As if someone had torn a hole in reality. And in fact, as you use your divine sense, picking up occasional little pricks and pins as it senses out, the sense just abruptly ends at the void.
This again. I'm gonna try and. I want to try and close it like I did with the last one.
Friggin' big, man.
I want to see. I know, but I want to see if that'll work, or if size makes an actual difference.
You try to grip it and pull at the edges, but you find yourself unable to really grasp it as it's just too big.
Then I will fracture myself and try that again.
No, when you grip it,
Right.
it does fracture yourself. Remember, your double appears to help you?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ride back and tell them it's another bloody fracture.
What?
That big,
Big enough to swallow a city.
apparently.
How is that possible?
I tried
How
to
is it
close it,
possible?
and well, nothing.
How is it possible? Well, those two should still be with Vierna's followers.
No, dear, I really doubt that they are the one that caused it. This is something else.
Then what else could have caused this?
That's the question, isn't it?
Think you could call in your god?
I'm. This might even be beyond Alex's power, but I can try.
Yeah. It may be beyond his power to deal with, but well, we know he knows something about these things.
The reply you get, after a moment, is very hurried, as if they're in the middle of something very stressful. But you do indeed get a reply. And it's simply, I'm figuring that out now.
Sounds like he's already on it.
Yay.
Would you
Jezebel's
rather
rolling her eyes.
Would you
Better
rather
than
he
nothing.
wasn't on it, Jezebel?
I'm more for solving problems on my own without the aid of a god. Thank you very much.
Well,
But
then what's your plan?
I'll take Foxy's word for it, I suppose.
This is if a god is having trouble with this, this, then what chance do mortals have?
We're more capable than they think. Don't need a god to tell me what my worth is. He says, actually looking a little bit upset, and then starts to like slightly walk off to go by herself for a little while.
Who hurt you?
Wouldn't you like to know, dear?
Yes, I would. You've been grumbling about it nonstop.
Oh, all right then. Then I'll stop. I'll just grumble to myself all alone.
And what will that fix?
We gotta vent out some way, don't we?
You have a deeply unhealthy outlook on life. You know that. And Korax is gonna start tending the campfire.
Cora
You
goes
just
over
see-
to Jezebel. Would you like to sing angsty songs?
I'm not one for singing much, dear. Thank you.
She looks disappointed. Okay.
I mean, not to say you can't do it. Just I'm not one for singing.
I was hoping it would help you vent a bit.
She just gives a small smile and she pats up her head. She goes, "Thank you, but I'll be fine."
Okay.
Meanwhile, Elnath is just staring at his hands, and he just shakes his head and goes, "I'm an orange."
So Clara, without tact,
what-
comes over to him and feels his head to see if he has horns.
He does not.
Okay, good.
Oh,
You don't
wait.
have horns.
You know, there is a very basic spell to hide it if you don't want to be orange.
Oh right, I'm a wizard. He snaps his fingers and he's back to normal.
So
We're still
I
going to
take
have-
it that's just
I take it that's just disguised self.
Yeah.
We're still going to have to figure out what's going on with grandfather and Cicada too.
Yeah,
Eh,
I think. Yeah, return. Going back to the exit the Dominion, and it is looking like a better idea as time goes on. And glances at Cicada. Atropus research aside, at the wizard's tower, they might have something on this as well.
am I
That's all.
turning into a demon?
I pop another divine sense and is she demon or is she still mortal?
It's honestly, you know how when do you wear glasses?
No, but I have tried wearing glasses and I think I get what you're driving at.
Yeah, it's like looking through glasses when either you don't need them or they're the wrong prescription.
Yeah, like you just see. There's definitely some demon in you, but the mortal bits are still there.
So,
Maybe a curse? I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
I mean, I don't know if that allows you to detect it on yourself.
I can just look at my hand.
Okay. Yeah, it is magical. Now,
And look at
Do I
Elnate.
have identify?
he is indeed magical.
Identify only works on items.
So,
It works on you.
okay, so other than that, you guys have a decision to make. Where do you go next?
But that-
And
okay.
I will say this for Korax. You would be able to get an airship or an Owlcat and Lundruk to make the trip to the Elf City much faster. By Owlcat, I'd say it would take,
it'd be very hard to find and an Owlcat and Mundrock. They do not do well in this climate.
what I mean is you'd be able to get some sort of air vehicle to travel
Yeah.
the distance.
Yeah, airship. That's the word
Okay.
you're looking for.
I said that. I
Yeah.
said probably get an airship or some sort of Owlcat, and then you said
Yeah.
no to the Owlcat. So I was like, okay, well you can still get the airship. Anyway,
Yeah.
What do you guys?
But yeah, Korax's vote lies with me. Korax votes the Dominion.
Cicada still needs to go to the forest eventually.
Where is the Dominion again?
And it's
Southwest.
it's the and it's my people's of empire, basically the southwest quarter of the continent.
Why are we going there?
Because and specifically I'm hoping to take advantage and to of the well, the many wizarding libraries that are there, but are both to see how to deal with Atropos, and now to see if there's anything to be done about Elneth and Cicada's conditions.
Clara thinks for a moment. She's like, well, there's not much. Well, there's probably something we could do about Atropos, but if we have any sort of trust in him, we could go take care of the last orb.
Okay,
Or try to.
okay, but consider this: I don't trust him at all. Not now that I know
Fair
what he
enough.
is.
Cicada just looks down.
I trust you, Cicada. Don't worry.
I suppose, but just so that she takes a seat and then she pulls out the book they got before from the library. Didn't Cicada say she had to go to the forest?
So I was talking about.
Atropos wants to go to the forest. I am very leery of giving Atropos anything it wants.
But what about Cicada? This is Cicada that's right here with us right now, not Atropos.
Yeah, but the forest was Atropos' idea.
Yes,
Consider-
but again, ask Cicada.
Cicada, what's your thought on this?
The more we hesitate, the worse these black suns are going to get.
That's
You're not
what it
wrong.
makes. That's
You're
what
not
I was
wrong
thinking.
there.
We go
You're
over
not
there,
wrong.
we get it handled.
Thorax, then Chlora.
Sorry.
You're not wrong, but if we give Atropos everything it wants, it could unleash something even worse, is my worry.
He
Yes, but if we don't, give him what he wants, he's just gonna take Cicada's body and go over there anyway.
Exactly.
He promised he would leave this world alone.
I do not trust the promises of one who unleashes hordes of undead on the land every month.
That's not him.
So he says.
Jezebel kind of just rolls her eyes again as she closes the book and she looks over to Car. She goes, well, if we are going to go that way, it's going to take us even more farther from the forest. I know you don't want to do it. The question is, do we have time to go all the way over back to the city, get what we need before the next black sun? Because either way, he's going to take over Cicada's body and walk that entire way with or without our consent.
Well, we have
so
to.
if you're willing to have us split up again and have half just follow Cicada all the way halfway or so forth from there. Or we can either, I think just getting it done over with is fine. I know you're not keen on getting him what he wants. But all we're going to do is end up backtracing back all the way over to this section of the land. Whether we want to or not.
And I will follow what the majority decides. You all know my vote.
I'm fine with either or.
Well, you guys need to make a decision. So why not write down your vote in the FOM chat? So that's 2 for Forest, Ryu, and
I mean, Jezebel mostly indifferent, but
well, you gotta
Yeah.
make a decision.
yes. Oh,
Alright, that's 3 out of 5 for the Forest, so Scavsby it is.
Of course it is. Let's hope we don't. Let's hope we don't regret this.
Now, you've got 2 options. You've got this route, and I will draw it out for you guys, as with the last time. But this route that goes directly here as the bird flies, or you can go this route, which takes you to Lundruk before you go.
Is
The
there a
first
church in
route?
Lundruk?
The first route is 7 days, and the second route is 12 days.
just straight as bird flies.
Let's see,
And-
12
and
days.
We wouldn't have the money to hire an airship. Come to think of it,
You
we didn't
did-
get any. We didn't get any money dealing with that circus, did we?
You guys didn't look
Yeah.
around.
You
Oh,
didn't.
not like we.
wait, You didn't consider our finances when deciding whether or not to fly all the way across the continent, Corax.
And we and like a few in a few airship tickets to a major airport are not that expensive, and so chartering somewhere more specific, that would be difficult.
So you say
If we go visit Lundruk first, then it will be like
Do
Scale will
they-
be possessed about the time we arrive.
Do they
We do.
have a
I
church?
do not. And as I recall, they have an entire temple plaza to every major god.
that's you.
They can fix this since he points to the horns on her head.
They might, but if Chlora's calculations are right, I don't want to unleash Atropus in a populated area if we can help it.
Well-
Calculations mean we would arrive at Scabsby-ish.
We won't be in the city when it happens. We'll be leaving basically by the time we think it happens.
Let me rephrase that. I'd rather be well away from any city when it happens.
Well, according to this math, if you did the 7 days route, you would be in the forest when it happened. Or maybe on your way back to Lundruk. If you took the 12-day path, you'd be somewhere around here when the Black Sun happened.
And then he can just lead us there.
Like, if you take the 7-day route, you'd still have 4 days until the next Black Sun.
I say the 7-day route. Let's just go straight.
Right into Scabsby? Scabby?
You can't go
I-
directly through the Keshak ruins.
That's true.
I say going to Lundruk first and then making our way over to Scoutsby. But that's my opinion. I will be right back, guys. Sorry, I gotta do something.
Alright,
Cora. Oh,
well, let's put it to a vote then. Jezebel just said she votes for 12, so what do you guys vote for? 7 or 12?
What's the 7-day route again?
The
7-day route is straight there. 12 of goes through a major city first.
Well, it appears the 12-day route is the majority vote. You both okay with that?
Right. Like I'm willing to bow to democracy.
Alrighty. In that case, that's your route you're taking. And it is, let me see. Yeah, it's a 4-day journey, I think. Yeah. I think it's a 4-day. No, it's a 5-day journey to Lundruck. So, with that said, do you guys get oops. Do you guys get going or do you talk for a little longer?
I
Ryu?
mean, Cicada is still concerned about a lot of things, but not enough to really talk about them at the moment. They've already been addressed.
And I'd need Ninja to be here.
Alright, well, Ninja should be back shortly.
Yeah, I'm back.
Speak of the devil. Literally.
Rude.
Now he's
Hey, you're
even more
playing
trouble.
you're playing as a tiefling!
I was kidding.
Anyway, I guess with that decided, if all the once all the conversation is and debate is over, hey, Jezebel, you have a minute?
She slightly looks up from the book she was reading, and she gives him a look. She goes, what do you need?
I owe you an apology
She actually looks a little surprised. She goes, oh?
for how I've been treating you all this time, right up until I up until I lumped you in with all those other people, along with all those other people, all simply because, well, you're a tiefling like them. Not to mention that was really bad improv on my part, and that's been hanging over my head all session. So
I mean, it's not a big deal, but out of character, by the way. But okay.
yeah, but it's like people like you know how the internet is these days. They like to take things out of context and make it sound worse than it actually is.
Oh, no worries. Cicada, or sorry, Cicada. Jezebel actually looks pretty surprised, and and she kind of stares at him and sees if he means what he says, and then she gives a smile and she goes, "Oh, doesn't mean you like me, Foxy."
Don't push it. But
she lightly giggles and then she waves at. She goes, "I'm playing. I'm playing."
in all seriousness, yes, I've been letting everything that happened around the time we met at hang over me for a lot longer than I should have, and I should have gotten over it a long time ago. Not to mention I said something. Not to mention I said something horrible to Cicada in the process.
Words can hurt, Foxy. Gotta remember that. But for someone like me, who is considered a devil woman, you learn to build up some skin of steel against those. So for me, it's water under the bridge. And to be fair, I have been a little pushy now and then when it comes to my likes and dislikes. So I guess did warrant a little bit of your disdain and skepticism. So that
Well,
also was also my fault. Not that I'm apologizing for it, because that's just the way I am.
well,
But
your distrust towards Alex aside, after what I've seen, and I can safely say, that anything you've done, or out everything you've done up until this point, and everything I could possibly expect you to do in the future doesn't even come close.
She looks maybe a little bit upset at the mention of Axe again, but she actually stays quiet and just listens to Ryu speak. And then she gives a soft smile. She goes, "Well, you did apologize, and now a lot of people apologize when they call me certain things, and when they, of course, root all tieflings under the pretense of evil. Not to say that I haven't done evil things. We've all done something that has been considered evil, I'm pretty sure, in our lives. But
Hey,
I'm
what
completely
what
innocent. Just joking.
Guys, let her
That-
finish. Let her
Sorry.
finish.
what really matters is that we are true to ourselves. You believe in Alex, and that is your belief, and that's the way you are. I, unfortunately, let's say, no longer believe in him. But that's just the way I am. It's the same as the way you are, that you rely on him. Yes, I do voice my disdain very often, and I will work on that, since you seem to trust him very much. And I apologize for saying some things that are mean about him. She looks like she's struggling a little bit when she says this. Because you really do believe in him, and that's the way you are. So I will work on my disdain.
Thank you. Oh, I am curious about one thing. You said no longer. That implies to me that you've trusted him in the past?
She gives him a small smile and then just grows quiet and opens up her book and starts reading again.
All right, touchy subject. I'll let it go then.
She glances up from her book real fast to Ryu and then actually says, "Thank you." And then looks back to her book and stays quiet for the rest of the trip.
Chlora's
Alright
going
then.
to try to solve a box.
Okay.
A box.
Box.
I will let you make a roll for the 12 days.
Yeah.
So make 12
Oh, and
rolls. Yes, correct?
Cicada, forgive me. I'd like to try something.
Sure.
And I'm gonna. At one point, I'm gonna go ahead and cast protection from good and evil on her, or just to see if that has any effect on her new condition.
Alright,
That 99 is so tempting.
Ah,
um, hmm,
Close, yet so far.
roll me a wisdom save, Cicada.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm gonna pop up a divine and sense on that just just like see the reaction.
You see the magic go and seep into Cicada, and then be almost pushed out, as if the spell wasn't strong enough.
It had an effect, but it needed more power. Maybe a stop by the Temple Plaza in Lundrek is in order.
If it means we can help the grandfather other than Cicada, then I'll go anywhere.
So,
Yeah.
you guys get some rest and start heading on your way?
Mm-hmm.
Just,
Mm-hmm.
just, just one thing, just to make it clear. I don't feel any different aside from physical changes, right?
You feel a little funky.
Eh.
Like I mentioned, when he put his hand on you, you
Ah,
feel a little off.
just off,
Does
but
does the demon condition appear to be advancing at all? Like is he like
It's
spreading or anything?
it's only been a day. You guys haven't traveled yet, so
to
Okay.
wait.
I can't
Well,
really tell you that.
I shall monitor her condition then.
All right. So,
Right now, the horns are barely noticeable. They're hidden underneath the feathers.
okay. So, you guys start heading out. Passing by one day at a time. I want Cicada. I need you to make me 4 wisdom saves. And Corax, you can make 4 perception checks.
All right.
Okay.
Oof.
So,
Good
Corax,
scenery.
you try to keep an eye on things, and it takes until the 3rd day for you to notice that the horns and Cicada's tail feathers have been growing. In fact, her tail is almost like a curl of feathers that is gently brushing against the ground now.
Yeah, the feathers are starting to get curlier, and the horns are also starting to show.
The taint of chaos touches you.
Huh?
It's a Warhammer 40k reference. Don't worry about it.
So, in that time, Cicada, you felt very off still, and you can't quite place it. However, in a moment of mischievousness, you pull a prank on someone. You can choose who and you can choose what the prank is. But you pull the
Like, see,
prank on a whim.
huh. She starts. She starts to feel bored.
A restlessness,
What?
and you just feel the need to do something.
Feel to do something naughty.
Yes.
Just, but nothing harmful
Yet.
yet. So,
So what do you do?
I'm gonna do a bit of a throwback and take one of her. She's gonna take one of her brushes and start painting someone's face.
Hey, he got it.
In their sleep?
Who?
In their sleep.
Who?
Alright. Who do you pick?
No, remember that I do not sleep, or at least I do not have to. Sometimes I like to sleep because
Okay.
as it feels good to be in a bed.
Okay, well,
She's
Cicada.
gonna do it on Chlora.
Alright. In that case, yeah, Gloria, you wake up with pain all over your face. I'm
So
not
just
going
paint
to-
it in, or?
I'm not going to roll because I know you're gonna want to fail it. Let's be honest. So the next morning comes. You guys are just about a half day away from Lundrak at this point, and Clara wakes up with butterflies and little drawings and a mustache painted onto her fur.
Glasses.
Yeah.
Oh,
How's the trip going so far?
Good.
Jezebel
You
kind
see
of
that
snickers
Cicada's
behind
kind
her
of
hand.
smirking.
Like Korax, Korax says with a completely straight face, like looks at looks at Chlora with a completely straight face. We should be there by noon-ish today.
and then like when Clara looks away, he just snickers a bit.
Jezebel's just snickering with her hand behind her, with her hand up to her mouth, trying to hide her smile, but of course failing. And she goes, "Oh dear, he saw that he was visited by the naughty fairy last night."
Clara looks at Jezebel. Is like, what is this?
Cicada?
Nothing.
Cicada?
Yeah.
You feel a thrill of satisfaction. And you feel the desire to push it a little further. Perhaps lifting a finger to point towards Jezebel, even.
Do we notice this?
First, Cicada, do you do it?
And can I make a wisdom save?
Yes. Alright, make a wisdom save.
Hey,
resist.
well now
I
you
resist
get
the
it.
urge. Jezebel is my best friend. She would never forgive me if I did that.
Aww.
Alright, so, unfortunately for you, Elnath is not that practiced. Oh, I'm
Uh-oh.
perfectly fine. But, yes, I do believe that, the one called Jezebel was the one who painted your face.
My face is painted?
What?
He holds up a mirror.
She thinks for a moment. Then she turns to Jezebel and she says, "Was the mustache necessary? I'm good with the butterflies, but was the mustache necessary?"
Okay, one. She holds up a single finger and pauses for dramatic effect. I think it looks great on you. And two, for the first time, I cannot take credit for this because it was not me.
Corax, did you see who did it?
It's
Clara's
nope.
attempting to discern if Jezebel is telling the truth.
Unfortunately, you
deception.
can tell that Jezebel is telling the truth.
But I'm gonna roll deception anyway.
You can't tell it was
Okay.
Cicada, though.
She's too innocent.
Cicada would never do it.
You guys help me clean off my face at some point in time.
Okay.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah,
Oh right, I have that, don't I?
Meanwhile, Elnath is going to look towards Ryu and then say, "Oh yes, I'm perfectly fine. See? No orange to be seen."
Drop your disguised self.
No. He runs off.
Hey, get back here!
Oh dear. Jezebel actually looks a little bit amused by that because now she's seeing Ryu chasing after his grandfather just like she did him.
You know this is probably a really bad thing.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. She tries to calm down, even though she looks very amused, and then she clears her throat and then looks over to Cicada. She goes, "Cicada, dear, can I see your head, please?"
Yeah.
So I'm going to like usual, like softly pet and scratch her feathers, and then feel the bumps.
They've been getting larger.
I believe so. And the fact that the dear grandfather just ran off from his own grandson after falsely accusing me of pulling the prank on their Clara, I think we can all assume what's going on right now.
In you know, in ancient time, things like this, it would lead to entire villages being put to the torch.
Now very concerned.
Anywho,
Perhaps it's a good thing we're going to Lundruck then, so hopefully maybe we can try to find a way to stall this.
And
until we
you?
find some kind of cure.
Yes.
Well, you have followers of two different gods on your team, so hopefully we should at least be able to talk to someone if nothing else.
Guys.
Oh, goody.
Hello.
Hello?
Okay. So, are you guys heading out and making your way to Lundrak?
Yes.
All right. Ryu. Eventually, you make your way back to the others, and you find that Elnae's been there the entire time.
How did you?
And like, I like in the meantime, I'm gonna like just like drag Jezebel off for just like a quick private conversation.
All
New
right.
concern. New concern, Jezebel.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm worried that they might not. I'm worried that they might not want to fix whatever this is by the time we get there.
Well, true, I guess. But the thing is, we're gonna have to find some way to help them out, even if they don't want to, because this is technically something that was thrust upon them and not a choice.
Yes. As well, there is that, but I'm honestly, I'm thinking about the safety of others. Is this is some kind of is it might be harmless right now. They could start killing people before long.
So what can't help but put her hands on him. She goes, "Just because they're turning into tiefling does not make them killers, dear. It was just a prank."
No, but I don't. I'm not sure this is what.
Guys.
I'm not sure this is what's happening. I think this is some sort of demonic corruption, which is not the same thing as being a tiefling.
Kiri is very sweet.
It is very sweet.
Yes.
Yes, I am very sweet. Go
Okay.
fuck yourself.
Just, continue.
I've seen pictures of how I've seen pictures of how this is in paintings of how this kind of thing ends. And Jezebel, it's going to be more than cute little horns soon enough.
As usual, usually I would take offense to that. Thank you very much. She said that she points to her own horns and then sways her tail. But I'm trying to be at least a little bit optimistic. When we were in that town, we saw mostly tieflings, correct? Then any of them, besides the ones, of course, we fought, seemed like they wanted to just straight out kill people.
Well, no, that was just a majority tiefling in town, completely different.
Still, some of those people.
But you saw the crazy a woman who wanted to eat us. That is where this kind of thing leads, Jezebel.
Well, I guess we'll have to make sure they don't get hungry, don't we?
But my point is, I'm more worried that whatever the priest tries to do, I'm worried that they might resist it.
Well, as their friends and comrades in the same group, it is our job to make sure that they stay put, even if it means holding them down.
Good,
Okay.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Oh, trust me, I want to be the only cute tiefling in this party. I do not need two others.
How very selfish of you. Ooh, and Korax actually cracks a smile at that.
I want your
I
sis to
made
see
it.
that.
Jezebel actually takes some pride in the fact that she actually made Korak smile. And she just grins.
So, you all make your way into the large, bustling town of Lundrak, full of many people with buildings that just. The entire place is a maze of buildings and people, and as you all enter past the farmland, it's very easy to get lost. Fortunately, Korax has been to this city before.
I think we should head to the Temple Plaza first.
What time is it?
About midday.
Okay.
So, uh, uh, one moment, I need to send you a couple things.
Go for it.
Yeah, which means I'm going to need to briefly shift back into GM mode. Excuse me on that. I need access to my NPC list. It's just to bring up the ones you might need.
Well, don't worry too much about that now. We can worry about that later. I've got a plan for the temple if that's where you plan to go next.
Oh, well then. Well, okay, but well, that was actually what I was thinking of. But okay,
I will need them next week, but I don't need them right this week.
okay. In that case, continue.
So,
Yes, agreed.
you all head towards the temple plaza. People talking about a group of heroes that valiantly helped to defend against the undead as they broke out from a necropolis.
Huh. I wonder who they might be.
Okay, while we're
Hmm.
heading over to the Temple Plaza, do I see any construction sites or anything while we're walking there?
You actually do. It appears that one of the older buildings are getting some new renovations done.
Okay. Do I see any paint canisters or water buckets on tall rafters?
You do.
Do I see any people walking by underneath them?
You do.
I think you know where this is going.
You all pause as there's a sudden tumble and a cry, with a paint bucket suddenly splashing onto some sort of rich looking noble as they walked past the construction site.
And the thing
Okay,
is, the mage hand is invisible.
Okay, funny. You could have really hurt someone there, Cicada.
Elnath sort of gives a chuckle at that, and then says, "Well, I don't know about you all, but you're heading to the forest next. Would it be alright if I wait for you all here?"
No, you're coming
No.
to the temple with us, so we can it can get this problem dealt with. Come on.
Yes, I mean after that whole business is done, when you all head up north. Would it be alright if
Oh.
I stay here in Lundruck?
Might be
yeah,
for
that's
the
fine.
best.
That's fine. They've got a big they got a big old university. You could probably get into the library or whatever.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm planning on doing. Yes.
But only at. But we're only letting you out of our sight after we're 100% positive you're not going to burn the whole place down behind our backs.
Oh please, you're as bad as your mom.
I have good reason to be concerned.
Don't
Now come
burn
on.
down the forest, Elnath. You don't know what's living in there, Elnath. It doesn't matter if something stole your book, Elnath.
You were
Okay,
you were just
I'm getting deeply concerned. I'm getting deeply concerned about your family situation. Now, both of you, come on, and I'm gonna grab both Elnath and Cicada by the ears.
In this case, by her scarf.
So,
Yeah.
you head towards the temple plaza, and you find that it has been blocked off by some sort of rally. There's a large group of protesters blocking the entrance, with signs that indicate that they want their god to be added to the plaza.
What god are they protesting for?
What's
Because
the name of it?
because Vierna got kicked out for good reasons. One moment.
It's a minor god that none of you have heard of. Apparently they're from the Church of the Holy Apple. It seems to be an offshoot of Allah's religion, and in that these are a specific small minor group that worship apples and only apples.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
that. We don't have time for this.
No, we don't. How are we gonna get in now?
Apples should be your right. Apples should be your right. Apples should be your right.
Okay,
God.
Cicada, you have that
Yes?
bag that makes apples, don't you?
Yes.
Wave it around. Okay, we're going to need lots and lots of apples.
While they're saying that, Chloe's just gonna step up to the contest and say, "Look, my friends need assistance. Move!"
I have apples.
They look at you and then they go, "Oh, you want to get in? Sure, go into the temple." They step aside and let you pass.
Thank you.
See,
Apples
Thank
some
you.
politeness goes a long way.
I'm gonna be
I
honest. I'm gonna be honest. These guys were the exception when it came to weird protesters.
And as we're passing by each person, I hand them an apple. Apple for you. Apple for you. Apple for you.
You see them all give you a bow and say, "In the blessed graces of Allah, may the apples be with you."
Let's be with you.
Also,
Right.
Elnath tries to sneak away.
I have a death grip on his left ear, and I have had that death grip since we entered town.
And Ryu's not letting his eyes off him.
Let me go already. I can walk on my own, you know.
Yes.
How did?
Yes, that's the problem right now.
Don't make me polymorph.
I will wrestle you down as a bear if I have to. Don't.
You just see him breathe in deeply with ignition.
And don't you dare! Come on. And I'm dragging him towards which temple are we going into? Alexander or Platinum Dragon?
Really quick. Corax is older than Elnath, right?
Corax is 167 years old.
I think Elnath is around. He's in his 20. He's 20, I believe. Like 20 and converted. So Corax is slightly younger, I think. Or was he? No, I think he was older, right?
Yeah, Corax is 167, which is, I want to say, mid-20s for an elf.
Yeah, so he's slightly older.
Corax is?
Yep.
So Chloe's just going to be.
The reason I asked that is because of what Elnath is going to say next.
Chloe's just going to hold this in case he tries to cast a spell.
Okay. Anyway, as I was trying to say, just because you're older than me does not give you the right to hold me like a child.
And I will stop holding you like a child when you stop behaving like a child. You are nothing compared to my little brother. Now, get in the damn temple.
I am, but would you let me go first?
I don't trust you.
We'll let you go. We'll let you go once we're in the temple.
Alright, you enter the temple, and then he says, "Great, now let me go."
Once the door is shut, I let him go, and I am standing in front of the door blocking the way.
Cicada, did you use that chance to run away?
Ryu,
do not think I have been
I'm
neglecting
keeping
her.
an eye on cicadas.
Guys, let us speak.
I want to say no.
Fair enough.
She knows Jezebel is watching her.
Alright.
Uh-huh.
That's all I wanted to ask, guys. Be patient.
Yeah.
So,
which temple did you go into?
you went into the temple for Allah. It's filled with very distinct smells. And
This was not the temple we were looking for.
one of the figures comes up and goes, "Oh, hey. Hey, you want to try some of this kush?"
Oh no.
No.
No, not right now. Thank you. Can you cure demonic corruption?
Oh yeah, we can cure a whole lot of things here, baby. They give a
Okay,
wink.
but how about demonic corruption?
Yes, we can cure that here.
Good. These two. Now, no time to waste. Thank you.
We'll pay later if necessary.
No harm. You are a fox. That is hilarious. Alright, you two
Oh
come this
God,
way.
it's like being around a Rari, but it's stereo.
Let's
Cicada
just
follows.
come right over here to the dank kush and we will breathe in the essences of purification that our lovely Allah brings to us.
She's curious.
Do you breathe
I'm
in
not-
the dank kush?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does.
Corax? Corax, do you ever get the feeling that something's about to go horribly wrong?
So,
I think whatever goes wrong here will be manageable, normal wrong.
so,
I hope
The
you're
Temple of
right.
Eris is a lot more stately than
Guys.
this.
so, you breathe in the scent and I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh,
You still have inspiration, by the way.
yeah.
Alright,
It's like,
so, as you all watch the two sit down and breathe in the recreational substances, Cicada, you feel the ears pop off and your tail feathers sort of just unfurl like a peacock, and then the longer ones just fall out, leaving you with your regular tail. Elnath appears to have no change, but again, he was using disguised self, so.
For the
So-
first time in a very
Also,
long
you are
time,
very
Cicada-
high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
That's where I was going for. Cicada suddenly feels like she calmer than ever before. This is as calm as she has ever been.
Grandfather?
Laura is going to go up to Elnath, and she's going to start poking him until she is sure he has lost his concentration.
He looks
But-
over to you. Would you stop that?
I need to make sure you're not disguised anymore.
I'm not disguised. Do you not have dispel magic?
I do not.
Cicada tries to cast detect magic, but
You cast detect vibes instead. You can see all your party have really negative vibes at the moment. You think they should probably
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah. So, and like, in unknowingly in perfect sync with his youngest sister, Korax is doing a massive cringe face. Unknowingly at the exact same time as his younger sister.
I'm telling you, dudes, the power of Alara is quite strong in this place. We get all the best substances.
Either.
Jezebel
Rega-
kind of is.
You ascend to
stays-
godhood, and this is what you do with it. Like he just looks up at the portrait at the statue of Alar in the center.
The statue wobbles, and for a moment you think it's about to fall on you.
Alright, enough. He snaps his fingers. Grandfather? Are you still using disguise self?
Let me make the charisma save. Alright, that's
He
a failure.
failed.
He gives another low growl and he says, "No! Are you satisfied?"
Now I am.
Great. May I go now? I have other things to do. Many books to read.
You look like you need a nap.
I am fine. I am an elf. We do not sleep. He rises and
We can
begins to
sleep if
wobble
we
towards.
wish.
He rises and wobbles towards the exit.
I'm gonna just like walk over and just like just poke him on the forehead just to tip him over.
He needs to make a dex save now. He manages to avoid falling over.
He does stumble.
Sometimes elves can sleep. Go to sleep, young man.
You're not that much older than me.
And
Cor-
it was a mistake letting me know I was older than you at all, Elnath.
He gives another growl and just storms away, heading in the direction of the inn.
I'll keep it. I'll keep an eye on him until he sobers up.
You
He's
will
just
pay
lying
for
on the
this.
floor with a content smile.
I will have my vengeance.
If you even remember this tomorrow,
I will.
For the first time ever, Cicada doesn't have a care in the world.
Clara goes over to Cicada and waves her hand in front of her face.
You know,
You okay?
I'm good.
by the way, Cicada,
Hey.
I believe there's a chapter of the Cartographers Guild in this town. If you want, and if you want to, like, I don't know, if you need to, I don't know, restock or anything while we're here.
Sounds like a great idea.
Also, Elena turns around and casts Dispel Magic on Cicada. If he's not allowed to have fun, neither is she.
Eh,
Dispel magic does not dispel Kush.
I know.
I wish
That's
it
less-
did.
that's
But there's
lesser
not a spell
restoration.
that does that. Well,
Yeah,
not
that's
a
lesser
spell.
restoration.
Yeah. But Elnate
Which
doesn't have
actually,
that.
I can also do that, but I'm not gonna take this. It's from Cicada. Like, she needs to relax.
Alright, well, you all relax,
Okay.
and what do you do now?
I'm making sure Cicada gets back to a proper bed, so I'm trying to find an inn.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably, wrangle, angle things to get you some quarters in the Temple Plaza.
You really think they're gonna allow a devil woman like myself in here?
You know, there's tiefling clerics, right? Like, your ancestry is of zero consequence to them.
Well, that'd be a first. Majority of the tours I go to, I get looked at, but I guess take
Well,
your word for it.
That's because you've been running around the backwater north.
So, do you guys head to the Cartographers Guild first?
I mean, oh yeah, we could just get quarters there. I mean, or although, if I'm being honest, it is like all the way across town. So
You hear people
mean-
talking about the group of heroes once more, mentioning how they have a house now in the city.
I'm glad they're doing well for themselves.
Clara is going to inquire more about this group of heroes.
Alright. They tell you the story of a group of heroes. A lion, a genie, an elf, and a raccoon, and... Oh, damn it, what was the other one?
Satyr?
Satyr, that's right. Can never remember the name. Satyr, yeah. They tell you how the blank-faced one casts magic with the might of 1,000 suns. The satyr danced and spried between the different enemies, and basically telling you how their legendary story.
Hold on. I just trying to remember. I think I remember. Was it correct? Was it your sister with the lion man?
Like Korax is like pauses like tell she talks to the people who are talking about it. Tell me the elf you mentioned, what did they look like?
They peer at you a bit and then they say, well, they had blonde hair, big jacket that they almost seemed to be like a size too small for. Their head kind of sunk into it a bit.
You mean a size too big for her?
Yeah. They had this really far off and deadpan gaze.
Okay, so I see. Okay, this okay, this house they got in the city. Where is it?
They give you the address.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. They wave you off and then they say, "Oh, but they're not there at the moment. They went off. I don't know. They're not there at the moment."
Right. Well, I have a way to get in contact with them now. Thank you.
So, what do you guys do next? Is there anything you guys would like to do before we wrap up, shall I say?
That depends on what Elnath does, because Ryu's following him around right now until he gets better.
He stumps towards the inn, buys a room, and then slams the door closed.
I'm just making sure Cicada gets into a bed safe and sound. And then when she does get in... So I make sure she gets to her bed and just softly pet her head to try to help her go to sleep. All the while, I'm sitting on the side of the bed and I'm again reading the Still Dragon book. And I'm like, just chilling there while like gazing my finger across the words. And as I gaze my finger across the words, I am slowly burning them away. Every single sentence and word that goes through that I'm reading, I'm using a little bit of flame to burn them away.
Yeah, as soon as Cicada hits that bed, she's out like a light.
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else anyone
Hey.
wants to do?
Korax is going to write a letter, and then, like he's gonna like basically just write a letter to his little sister, or asking her. Basically, I'll send you the details of it later, but it's basically asking her to get into contact with him. Probably a futile hope, but he wants to open the communications up.
Fair enough.
And then he's just gonna find their address at Crimson Row and slide it under the front door.
Alrighty. Anyone else got anything they want to do?
Ryu, as he's paying for his room at the inn, and he also requests to the innkeeper, or that they let him know if they see the elf from earlier or leaving.
They give a nod.
Because you see, he's my grandfather, and we just got back from this one temple. They had this thing called Kush, I think they called it.
You had a run-in with the Alarians, eh? Don't worry.
Thank
let's-
you.
Go get some rest.
Thank you so much. And he heads to his room.
Anything else anyone wants to do?
Clara is letting the party out. And then with music and such.
All right.
Ada doesn't hear any of it. She is just out.
Anyone else got anything they want to do?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
All right.
No, we're good.
Then I guess that's where we'll leave it. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye.